If you've ever thought, why is this hitting me so hard? Or why do the usual tips not touch what I'm feeling? You're not alone. Menopause symptoms are real, but the experience of those symptoms isn't one size fits all. Today we're talking about one concept that explains a lot, especially for Black women: allostatic load. That's the body's cumulative wear and tear from repeated stress adaptation over time. Allostatic load is the body's receipt for what it's had to carry. Think of your body like a phone. You can look fine on the outside and still be running a dozen background apps you didn't choose. Sleep debt, caregiving load, financial strain being the reliable one needing to stay on, and compose the extra vigilance that comes from navigating spaces where you're not always treated fairly. When your nervous system has to stay in adapt mode too often, the body pays a cost. Not because you're fragile, but because physiology has limits. Now here's where menopause comes in. Perimenopause is not a smooth, polite decline in hormones. It's often a season of volatility, where hormones fluctuate and your internal regulation systems have to constantly adjust. And your hormone system doesn't live in a separate department from your stress system. They are connected. So when the body is already carrying high allostatic load, menopause can feel like it lands on top of a system that's been working overtime to stay balanced. That's when symptoms can feel louder, more persistent, and harder to reset. Let's talk about the hormones in plain language. Estradiol, estrogen. Estrogen helps regulate brain circuits involved in temperature control and multiple body systems. When estrogen shifts, the brain's temperature regulation can become more sensitive, which is one reason hot flashes and night sweats can show up. Progesterone tends to drop earlier in the transition for many women. Progesterone and its metabolites are linked to calming brain pathways, including systems involved in sleep stability and anxiety sensitivity. When that calming support is inconsistent, some people feel more wired, sleep fragile, or emotionally reactive, not because they're dramatic, but because chemistry shifted. FSH, follicle-stimulating hormone. FSH often rises as the ovaries become less responsive. FSH isn't the cause of symptoms, but it's a marker that your system is shifting gears. Now add the stress hormones. Cortisol plus adrenaline, epinephrine/norepinephrine. These rise when your body is under strain or on alert. When cortisol rhythms are disrupted and adrenaline spikes more easily, sleep quality drops and the body's stress response gets stickier. So if your hormones are fluctuating and your stress system is activated frequently, your body's threshold for symptoms can change. So what do we do with this? Here's the empowering shift. Instead of making your body the problem, name the pattern. My symptoms cluster after poor sleep. My hot flashes spike during high-pressure weeks. When my stress load is high, my nights get worse. This is not about blaming yourself. It's about giving your clinician usable information. And here's a script that matches this deeper reality. I want symptom relief and a rule-out plan. Here's my tracker. My sleep is disrupted and my daily functioning is affected. I want to discuss treatment options and I want a follow-up plan. Because the right care isn't reassurance. The right care is a plan. Allostatic load is the body's receipt. Menopause is the season that can make the total feel due. If you want my free tracker plus appointment scripts, comment tracker and I'll reply with the link.